They tell us it's about national security. They say it's about protecting our data from the prying eyes of the Chinese government. But something doesn't quite add up. The TikTok ban, pushed by both sides of the aisle, reeks of something else. Could it be that our elected officials are more concerned with protecting another government's image? The official narrative is slickly packaged. TikTok, owned by Chinese company ByteDance, could theoretically be forced to hand over user data. But let's be honest, folks. Do we really think Facebook and Google are any better? They practically invented data harvesting. This isn't about protecting your privacy. This is about power. This is about controlling the narrative. Since late 2023, TikTok has seen a surge in pro-Palestinian content. Videos documenting the realities of the occupation, the voices of Palestinians themselves, are finally breaking through the carefully curated silence. And it's freaking some people out. Suddenly, those national security concerns seem to have multiplied. Politicians who couldn't care less about your data privacy are now suddenly concerned about the dangers of a Chinese-owned app. The timing, my friends, is no coincidence. This isn't about communist spies stealing your grandma's cookie recipes. It's about silencing a narrative that threatens the status quo. It's about making sure the world doesn't hear the voices that Israel would rather keep unheard. Gap 4S. Both Democrats and Republicans have historically shown unwavering support for Israel, often turning a blind eye to its actions in the region. This bipartisan endorsement isn't just about shared democratic values or geopolitical strategy, it's heavily influenced by powerful Israeli lobbying groups. While delving into the methods and motives of this influence is beyond the scope of this video, there's a wealth of information available for those interested in digging deeper. However, let's refocus on the narrative being spun around TikTok. The claim that TikTok is uniquely dangerous to kids is laughable when you consider that similar content thrives on American-owned platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Why aren't these platforms under the same scrutiny? The answer lies not in the supposed threat to our children, but in the threat to the established narrative. Sure, TikTok may be a hub for viral nonsense and superficial vlogging, but let's be clear, that's not why politicians are suddenly up in arms about it. The reason why they are so opposed to TikTok is because it is not American-owned, so they can't control what kind of view of the outside world people obtain through it. Throughout history, revelatory journalism and subversive views have played crucial roles in shaping public opinion and challenging established narratives. From the Pentagon Papers that exposed the realities of the Vietnam War, to WikiLeaks' classified military documents revealing the true horrors of the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, journalists and whistleblowers have consistently shed light on truths that governments would rather keep hidden. In today's digital age, online platforms have become the new battleground for these revelatory voices. Social media has the power to bypass traditional gatekeepers, allowing for the rapid dissemination of alternative viewpoints. During the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, platforms like YouTube and Twitter became repositories for first-hand accounts and raw footage that painted a starkly different picture from the sanitized versions presented by mainstream media. But it's not just Western conflicts that benefit from this digital transparency. In China, platforms like Weibo and even clandestine use of VPNs to access banned sites have allowed citizens to expose corruption, human rights abuses, and other government malfeasances. This reporting was often done in the form of viral videos on mobile apps not associated with or intended for serious journalism, because they were widely used by the general public, especially young people, who were the most crucial and hardest to reach with such controversial content. This kind of unregulated, non-government-approved content is a significant threat to those in power. That's why there's a concerted effort to control and regulate these spaces. The same politicians who decry TikTok's supposed dangers are often the ones who benefit the most from a controlled narrative. They understand that an informed and engaged public is harder to manipulate. Whether it's exposing the realities of war or shining a light on domestic injustices, revelatory journalism and subversive views remain vital components of a healthy, functioning democracy. The TikTok ban is a symptom of a much bigger problem. We live in a world where information is power, and those in power will go to extraordinary lengths to control the narrative. They'll use fear, they'll use patriotism, they'll even use your own data against you. But here's the thing, they underestimate our intelligence. They underestimate our ability to see through the bullshit. When we see a government so determined to silence a specific group of people, it tells us everything we need to know. The fight for a free and open internet is more important than ever. All this is not to imply that TikTok is a reliable source for news and reporting on these subjects, or even that TikTok is a good thing overall. And most importantly, never stop fighting for the right to speak your truth. Only that the reasons for the ban is not what the proponents of the ban claim it to be. For more content on issues ignored by mainstream media and all sides of the political spectrum, please subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos. Stay vigilant in these demanding times.